Hello and welcome to day 12. So let's keep in the same vein as yesterday's energy, which was giving ourselves the space, time to slow down, and giving ourselves the love and kindness that we actually need in our lives. So we're going to bring that same energy to today's whole body flow. We're going to move through some sun salutations, but we're going to do it really slowly, get into our body. You may find that it's harder to get from the head to the body when we're not moving fast. So if you find that throughout today's practice things come up, just see if you can sit with them. Like, I'm talking about stuff in the mind, so you might find yourself getting lost in thoughts. Just keep bringing them back when you can. And then if you do need that break, so if yoga is your practice to get out of the head and into the body, jump over to my online yoga circle and do one of the other higher intensity classes. But make sure you also make time for this class today, because so much of our life is full steam ahead. Making space for slow is so important. So enjoy today's class. Let's change the pace up a little, get a little bit slow and groovy, and let's get going. Come to the front of your mat. Bring the feet together. If you're pregnant, bring them under the hips just so you've got a bit more balance. Inhale the arms up towards the sky. Exhale them over to the right side. Inhale back up. And back to center. Exhale, fold forwards. Let the head and neck go. So gently sway it out here. So the top half of the body is completely relaxed. As you inhale, halfway lift. So fingertips can stay on the floor or they can come to the shins. And you really want to press the chest towards the floor. So the legs are straight, the back is straight. And then exhale, just soften down. Inhale, step the right leg back, bring the right knee down, and just lift through the heart. So stretching into that right hip. Inhale, right hand comes to the ground, left hand opens up. So if you're pregnant, just make sure that knee comes out to the sides. You've got lots of space through the belly there. And then exhale, lower the left hand down, inhale the right to the sky. So twisting the opposite way. Breathing long, and then exhale, take that hand down. Walk the front foot into the midline so you got that alignment through the hips. And then just shimmy your way down so you can soften into this hamstring. If it's really tight, you can even get the fingers in there and start massaging that muscle a little bit just to encourage this leg to straighten out. So drawing the toes back towards you. And then inhale, bringing the weight forward, tucking the toes under and coming back up into our high lunge. Inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale, frame the front foot. Step back, pedal it out in down dog. So really bend into those knees, lift the tailbone high and press the chest back. You can make space in your down dog. So we've done this before in hands and knees, really just rocking from side to side, but feel free to do it in your dog as well. Less rules today. As you inhale, look towards the hands. Step the feet all the way up and forward fold here. Find the elbows, sway the body out. So long, full, deep breaths here. Inhale, bend the knees, rise towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart. Just close down the eyes. Draw the shoulder blades back and down. And just checking back in with our intention for today, but also your intention when you signed up for this entire 30-day challenge. Your intention for your life challenge as well, so that thing that you've been focusing on. And just taking a moment to notice, have you gotten out of balance? Have you put too much on your plate? Or are you able to stay with the challenge, with what you want to do, with a focused, intention-driven life? So leading a life that looks like how you want to lead, not just how all parts of the world take you by the hand and drag you to where they want you to be. Inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. This time the left is going to step back. Back knee comes down. Come to that kneeling lunge. Lift through the heart. Inhale. Left hand stays on the mat, right reaches up. Remember to take the right knee out if you need to make space for your belly. And then exhale, right hand comes down, left to the sky. Exhale, lower it down. Heel and toe that front foot into the midline. Draw the toes back towards you and then soften down over it. So you're welcome to move through the hips. You may like to keep them quite still and stay quite high. So if your hamstring is really tight, you may like to stay high, or you can soften your way down. Inhale, breathe the weight forward, tuck the back toes, lift up. Lengthen through the chest, and then exhale, step back, down dog, pedal it out. Feel free to move here. Walk the feet up, so we shorten our dog stance and take the feet quite wide. So it's kind of like halfway between forward fold and down dog. Right hand reaches across, find a twisted dog, and if it feels good, just a little sway from side to side. Opposite side, left hand reaches across, little sway from side to side. And then walk the hands all the way back to meet the feet, turn the toes out and start to come for a seat down into your malasana. So you may need to wiggle. Ideally you get the hips down, but that may not be comfortable. So if it's not comfortable for you, as it's not for me, I need to find that I need to stay up on my toes a little bit so I can lift and lengthen through the spine. I'd rather you have length through the spine than come right down into those hips. But of course, if your heels easily touch the ground, feel free to go there. Left hand to the mat, inhale the right to the sky, so opening up here. Keeping the breath long and flowing, exhale it down, opposite side, left to the sky. And then inhale, hands to heart, press into those feet, rise to the sky. Inhale them up. And then exhale, open them out. Heel and toe those feet either back underneath the hips or together. It's up to you. Inhale, bring the right knee into the chest. Exhale, send it back, warrior three. Inhale, knee to chest. Find the twist. So left hand to the outside of the right knee. Reach the other one around. And then inhale, back to center. Lower it down, opposite side, left knee. Exhale it back. Just taking it nice and slow today. Inhale the knee into the chest. Right hand to the outside, open it up. Back into the heart. Lower it down. Inhale, rise the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Sway it out. Maybe it feels good to walk the hands over to the left, making some space through the right side of the body, and then all the way over to the right. Back to center, and bring the knees down. Turn the toes under. Just take a seat back, so stretching into the toes. It might get quite intense for you quite quickly. If it's too intense, you can bring the weight forward into the hands. Otherwise, just take a breath here. And then release the hands down. Come to sit between the feet. So for some of us, this is quite comfortable. If your knees don't like it, or if the quads are too tight, you can sit on cushions or blocks or anything to lift you up a little bit. If you are comfortable here, bring the hands behind you. Press the hands into the floor and lift and open through the chest. Release the head and neck. Just breathing here. Slowly returning back, rocking to the right side so that you can bring the left side out. Again, if this isn't comfortable, you're welcome to move that leg. Inhale the arms up and then exhale to fold, so softening over the left leg. And then inhale, sitting up. Let's swap sides. So you're welcome to not do this with the leg if it doesn't feel good. Inhale up and exhale to fold. And gently releasing back, bringing both feet out in front of you, bringing the feet in towards you just so that you can press up into reverse tabletop. Inhale, lift. Release the head and neck if it feels good. Exhale, lower. 2 feet out in front. Inhale to rise and exhale to fold. Taking a few full deep breaths here. And then gently release and coming back up to have a seat. Done. You've just finished day 12. So for your life challenge today, I'd like you to just examine the pace in which you approach any task. So in today's flow, we got quite slow and we just moved with the breath, and everything was very intentional and we thought about what we were doing. But I find myself that sometimes even the things I love, I just rush through them because it's like I'm in this frantic pace of I'm trying to keep up with the kids, I'm trying to keep the house in some sort of reasonable order, I'm trying to do all the things that my pace just keeps on going, and I get almost this like hurried feeling even during the things that I love doing, which I should be like slowing down and savoring. So like I might be eating too fast, I'm just rushing from thing to thing, and it's not a nice way to live. So I'd like you to examine when you take that time to do that one thing today. So when you make that 5 minutes or longer, whatever you do, examine the pace at which you do it. So can you do everything with intention? So instead of rush, take a deep breath, set the intention before you start, give yourself that space. So 3 deep breaths before you start, set the intention. I'm going to be present and purposeful and intentional for every second of the next 5 minutes. And that's it. Just so that you can notice maybe a difference between how you feel when you're rushing and just trying to be like, I've got to do this quickly because it's just another thing I have to get done. And I'm doing this because I want to enjoy it, because I want to be present for every minute of it. And then maybe you can take some of that from your mat, from doing that thing you love, also into how you handle the kids, how you handle the housework. So instead of rush, slow it down today. Hope you enjoyed today's practice. I'll see you tomorrow, and namaste.